Hey you guys, this is Al from Fashion Studio 7 Magazine. Tonight we are here at the exquisite Sterling Room for a panel discussion, guy on guy talk, okay? We're going to find out from these good-looking 6 guys. Are they good-looking? I think they're good-looking. I think handsome-looking guys. Intellectually, we don't have a clue, but we will find out. And we're going to find out what are guys talking about today's women? What are they digging and what they're not digging about you guys, all right? We want to find out firsthand from the city's finest, good-looking, most talented guys. Right, Mike?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, right, all right, good. So we're going to go around and quickly introduce the guys in the panel. We got Marcos Mendoza over here, who's a motivational speaker. We have HBO, one of our family friends at Fashion Studio 7. Not only is he a motivational speaker, he's a host, he's a basketball coach, a motivational guy all the way around. Deshaun Pretty Boy Kenton over here. Girl's pretty. Yeah, the longest I've actually going to see over here. He's Fashion Studio 7's creative director, so everything you see up on site, that's Deshaun going over here. To the far left, we have Nikos. Okay, Nikos on the end. Now, Nikos is a developer, kung fu dance man.
I wouldn't say kung fu, modern day musical martial art. I call it fit hop.
We're loving that over here. Now we have actor, director, and we have producer. We have Mike McCrudden, all right, I'm sorry. Yeah, JJ Gucci over here. He's a rapper and he's a host. And what else would you do, man?
Just J Gucci Entertainment, founder right now. So we're just doing a lot of things with the Toronto talent and just kind of taking it out of Toronto.
All right, you guys. Now, most multicultural city in the entire world. Okay, 4th largest city in North America. And I gotta admit, we got the finest women going. True?
True. I agree. Very true.
Now, how are things on the dating scene with you guys? You guys hitting any roadblocks, any confusions, anything that is saying, oh man, this is just really, setting me back, I don't know what to do? Let's start at the end over here. Nikos, what are you finding, man?
With women today, there's a lot of male alpha energy coming from the female, and I could see they're seeking a lot of that balance. So they want a more sensitive guy, but yet they still want him to be an alpha, but they want to be an alpha. It's kind of weird. It's like there's this conflict between yin and yang.
Now that's very interesting. You talk about that alpha stuff. We touched upon that in terms of the females taking that male role, right? Because a lot of females, they're coming out with with a single parent kind of, that kind of thing. So that's very interesting.
That they don't need us anymore?
Yeah, something like that. That came up in the last panel.
It did.
Yeah.
I tend to agree with both H and Nico, and I think by and large though it just has us kind of confused as to whether we should be, I guess, the knight in shining armor at this particular second, but when do we kind of step back and just be, I guess, a sensitive guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Marcos, you got a Latin background. Now, Latins by general we're pretty macho type guys, all right? Now, how is going on with the Latin community with the women? Have you still embraced them, or are you saying to them?
No, man, I don't even bother at all.
Why? They're so fun.
You know what? It's preference, it's choice. I don't even know how to explain it. I guess it's just preference. I like more exotic women. Latin women are really into the community. Latin families are raised around each other, and it's like 13 families get together and grow up together, and then usually the people who hook up are the ones who know each other from each family, and they grew up together, and it's like trying to break into that, you already get compared to the guy that she's known since she was 7 years old. So it's like really hard to get into, to be appreciated as an individual when you're being compared at all times.
Now, I thought you said something really appreciated.
Right.
Now, Jay, we're going to start on with you, man.
Sure.
Appreciation. You think girls are appreciating today's men, or are you appreciated?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I think girls definitely appreciate a solid dude, as long as you have the qualities that someone's looking for. I think it's all about compatibility, and not everyone's compatible. There might be certain people, that might like me, but or might like someone else that might not like me, because we have different,
So the question is, what does solid mean? What's solid?
Solid.
Contextualize that one, brother.
You just took the whole universe. You want to put it in Toronto right now, so that's kind of what it said, kind of that question there. But like girls in general, they're just like, I think for the most part, they need a guy, especially once you get to a certain age, that is stable. They're not playing the games that they used to play back in the day, because maybe girls have been through that stuff already, right? And they want to find someone that's not about it or past that, maybe,
It'll always be the same case. Women want a man's man, but in today's age, it's not like as it used to be traditionally. It's no longer a man's world. A woman can have the same job any guy can. She can be a cop, she can be a firefighter, she can be the breadwinner. So the women are stronger these days, and they want more, and they deserve more. You know.
Now, what does that mean? Stronger? Are they physically stronger?
No.
No, not physically.
Well,
Not physically.
what's stronger?
But H touched on it a little bit, where he mentioned a lot of individuals now are being grown up in single-parent households.
Yeah.
So it kind of forces the kid to kind of grow up a bit faster. And if this is a household with a girl in it, then it's going to kind of force her to grow up a little bit faster and probably I guess take on some guy-like roles because there's no male role models in the household.
It's a very interesting dynamic because I came across a YouTube. This lady, I can't remember her name right now, but she went out. She's looking for a guy, a particular guy. She was trying to decipher whether she likes a soft guy or a guy with an edge, right? And of course, she went for the guy with the edge because in her, what she described it as, she needs to feel protected, right? And she's looking for that guy that has that demeanor, that has that edge, that allows her to feel protected.
I agree. Okay, let me run with this right now. I shop. I do a lot of shopping, grocery shopping, because I do the cooking in the household. Now, one of my favorite is at the end. I hope there's a lineup because I want to read the magazines. Cosmo's fantastic. And they always have quizzes for ladies. And the quizzes always make me laugh, okay? Am I a good lover? How to please a man? All this stuff. Well, anyway, they have, what are you looking for in a male? And I browse through that and they do a little poll and, what they're looking for. I want a man who is sensitive, nice, with a good sense of humor, someone who's going to make me laugh and all this other stuff. Do you buy that, Marcos?
Oh yeah, man. Like I really think that it all comes down to the big B word, and the B word is balance. Like a woman that understands the balance between the edginess and the sensitivity is the type of woman that will get my attention, because I appreciate the woman who has the alphaness to her. I appreciate the fact that she's dominant, independent, and she's responsible, and she doesn't rely on me. But I also appreciate the fact that she can acknowledge that I'm striving to be my best self, not for her, but for myself, and so that the quality of my life can reflect onto the relationship. Because if I'm a happy individual, then I'm happy and more willing to make her happy. Now, women, a lot of women don't even give you the chance to demonstrate that you have both sides to you, because women have these high expectations of you immediately. It's the B shield, you know what I mean? And it's not their fault. It's not their fault.
Oh, which B we talking about? The balance or
not the balance shield? The other one. Rhymes with ish. Rhymes with twitch, itch, snitch, which. Yeah. They don't give you the opportunity to really demonstrate your full potential as a male, because they have these high expectations of you right off the bat.
I think those magazines sometimes put things in a box. Those women kind of get brainwashed with her right away. Is that the sensitive quality I was told to look for and find? And there's so many layers to everyone. Everyone's an onion. So you might be that aggressive guy right off the bat, and yeah, it's the third date, the fourth date, they get to see that sensitive side. And some women are,
if you get to that third or fourth date, right?
Now, we've spoken about this before. Okay. Now, so at Fashion Studio 7, we really don't believe when it comes to women are looking for a sensitive guy. Number one, they're not looking for a guy with a good sense of humor and truth. That's down like in the road. So what would be the first thing that you would say today's women are looking for, Kishan?
Well, two things. Security, and security comes, especially nowadays, financially.
So in other words, women are looking for money first. What do you think, Mike?
At a certain age, yeah, I think that takes the top of the woman's.
So let's start in elementary school for a girl, okay? The guy who shows up with a nice, clean-cut kind of clothes and stuff, and demonstrates he has a little bit of money, buys her lunch occasionally. This little Josephine in 6th grade, 7th grade elementary school start digging this guy here because he has a little money. What do you think, H?
I think she, you know what? I'm in the high school, and I don't know about the money thing. I think it's more about the bravado. I think it's more about the edginess.
I think I agree with you, bro.
I can tell you, the guys who are kind of causing problems in the high school, they seem to be very attractive to those girls that you would never expect.
Straight up, they like the bad boy.
There you go.
They like the bad man, and a little bit of humor, so it's kind of light too.
So what is a bad man?
But it can't be generalized though, because there's so many different types of women. Women are individuals as well, and each individual woman has their own perception and their own persona of how they see a gentleman. So it can't just be saying women are like this, women are like that. If we're gonna break it down, we gotta.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you. You know what? you're playing to the women. Because let me tell you something.
He's got game. As a man with game right there.
I'm gonna tell you something. When they talk amongst themselves, and they have one girl has an eye for that guy who has the edginess. I'm telling you, all of them are in support of her.
Let's actually define.
They don't say women. He gets in trouble a lot. You know, maybe you should look elsewhere. No. They're in support of her.
But not the one that's been hurt by a guy who's had that edge and has been damaged.
Well, maybe
Let me ask you a question. Why do girls?
Let's define the edge. Let's define the badass. You asked that question. Let's come back.
Who has a little bit of prison time? JJ, for instance. You serve time?
Because I got a tattoo.
He only has one.
Yeah, I got one. This isn't even complete yet.
Sleeve.
I gotta go back to jail and
You see
finish
the little
it.
butterfly? He has a little butterfly in his butt. Okay, so go ahead. So tell us, what's the edge?
Defining the edge.
You know what? I think the edge comes with personality and like your swag. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of the way your demeanor is as a person. You know what I mean? If you come off as somebody that's like too sensitive, like I'm gonna cry about whatever, then it's irrelevant. That's taken in the wrong. That's taken the right way. You're too sensitive. Right?
But I'm gonna tell you. You know what? And we're gonna probably ask one of the girls soon. It comes down. That edge comes down to would they feel protected by you?
Right.
That's
But they're not associated, so they want somebody who could kung fu dance.
I was gonna say something along the lines of possibly the rebelliousness. I think every girl kind of likes a guy who's not necessarily so much a follower of the trends and the cultural, the sort of status quo swag, but someone who's got their own
agenda.
Yeah,
their own purpose.
swag,
Who's not afraid to follow that
their own
purpose.
identity.
Yeah, not necessarily a troublemaker.
No.
Troublemaking doesn't define the edge. The edge is more so of a ballsy, risk-taking initiative to be themselves and not be afraid of it.
That's your own power. That's it. Your own uniqueness. It's not necessarily ego, vibrato, but it's individuality. Girl wants a guy who knows who he is.
Okay, this, for instance, okay, you guys are all good-looking guys, and you're dating this girl. Okay,
we're all dating the same girl. I knew it.
No, individual girl.
Short supply.
Not the same girl, okay? And you guys, I don't know where you are financially. I have no idea where you are in your career, okay? I have no idea. Now, you're dating her, but somebody else comes around who is not as good looking, as refined, not even call her refined, somebody who's not as edgy, say, as you guys are. But the guy said, hey, let's go to the movies on the weekend. But the guy comes around and says, listen, it's festival time in Cannes. And I want to take you to Cannes, over to France, to watch some of the things going on. Do you get the date with that girl that weekend, or is she off to France with the other guy?
That's a question about the integrity of the woman you're with, you know?
Okay, now what does that mean, integrity, man?
That's a good question.
Well, some women, that's a no-go. If they're already with a guy, that's never...
dating you. You're trying to get with her, but she's not dating you yet 100%. You've been seeing her, but nothing been committed to in terms of...
How can we determine her?
I'll tell you, a badass girl would be like, let me just call up my friend. He's going to be coming with us.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. It's true. Hey, some girls will just go just because, that's the kind of girl. They'll be like, hey, this guy's going to take me on a vacation. I know girls that, for example, haven't worked a day in their life, and they're rocking like $2,000 Louis purses and a nice car. But that's because they're living off their man.
All right.
But then
we're doing a piece on this issue on sugar babies.
Sugar baby.
Sugar babies. You guys know what a sugar baby is?
Yeah, that's soft.
Sugar babies. You're right. What do you think about that? Would you date somebody who is a sugar baby or a sugar maiden?
Hell no.
Nope.
Hell no.
Hell no. No thing. That's soft.
Unless the sugar she wants is like the different kind of sugar in that sense, then hell yeah. But the sugar that we're talking about,
material sugar,
materialism.
I can tell you something. I know guys who have some real coin. Whenever they meet up with these sugar babies, they're not really. There's no amount of what between your legs can make a guy, just fall over head over heels for you. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, when we come back, we take a little break for our sponsors over here. This is for Savannah Family Clothing, Savvy's, Azan's Hair. You got to check these guys out because they're the best. And when we come back, we're going to find out from these guys what turns them on and what turns them off about women.